Welcome back to TopGear Review, the place where horsepower meets heartbeats, and rubber meets the road. If you live for speed, engineering precision, and pure driving exhilaration, you're in the right place. And today, we're diving headfirst into a machine that isn't just built for the track, it thrives there. This is the 2025 Nissan Z GT4, a purebred race car that takes the legacy of the iconic Z series and redefines it for the modern motorsport enthusiast. But let's start with a question that'll make any car lover pause. What happens when a legendary nameplate, a rich racing heritage, and cutting-edge motorsport technology all collide in a single machine? You get this, a track-dominating weapon that's more than just a GT car. It's a declaration from Nissan that the spirit of Z racing is alive, kicking, and screaming at 7,500 RPM. Let's get into it. At first glance, the 2025 Nissan Z GT4 doesn't whisper performance, it shouts it. The design is unmistakably aggressive, but not in an over-stylized way. It strikes a perfect balance between heritage and function. The sculpted bodywork, aerodynamic enhancements, and wider stance give it a commanding presence on and off the track. Unlike the road-going Nissan Z, the GT4 variant is tailored with an FIA GT4 compliant body kit, meaning every curve, slit, and vent serves a purpose. The front end is dominated by a deep splitter and a ventilated hood that aids engine cooling during high-intensity runs. The carbon fiber canards on the sides help manage airflow around the corners, while the rear wing, massive and fully adjustable, is tuned for real downforce, not just style points. The Z GT4 rides lower and meaner, sitting on ultra-lightweight 18-inch raise-forged wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 racing slicks. Behind those wheels lie beefy race-spec Brembo brakes, ensuring this beast not only rockets forward but stops on a dime when it counts. Move inside, and it's clear, this isn't your average sports coupe. The cabin is stripped down and functional, designed purely with racing in mind. There's no infotainment screen, no leather upholstery, no creature comforts. Instead, you get a full FIA spec roll cage, a racing bucket seat with 6-point harness, and a steering wheel that wouldn't look out of place in a GT3 car. Everything is driver-focused. The digital instrument panel is tailored to deliver critical data at a glance: oil pressure, tire temperature, fuel mapping, all right where you need it. Switchgear is minimal and utilitarian, but robust. The interior ergonomics are fine-tuned so that every movement a driver makes is intuitive, efficient, and fast. And yes, it's loud in here, very loud. But that's part of the experience. Every vibration, every gear change, every rev from the twin-turbo V6 resonates through the shell. It's raw, it's visceral, it's racing, undiluted. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where the Z GT4 truly comes alive. Powering this machine is the same VR30D DTT engine found in the production Z, but heavily modified by Nismo for race duty. It's a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6, tuned to deliver approximately 450 horsepower and over 443 pound-feet of torque, though actual output can vary depending on balance of performance BOP regulations in each GT4 series. Compared to the road-going version's 400 horsepower, the GT4's power delivery is sharper, more linear, and far more brutal. The engine internals have been fortified. New cooling systems, race-tuned AQ mapping, and a high-performance fuel delivery setup ensure it stays relentless even under punishing track conditions. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a beefed-up 6-speed sequential transmission with paddle shifters, allowing lightning-fast gear changes that shave precious milliseconds off lap times. A race-grade limited slip differential ensures that traction is predictable and potent coming out of corners. Weight reduction is key in the Z GT4. The entire chassis has been lightened and stiffened, giving the car a dry weight of just over 3,000 pounds. Coupled with the aggressive aero and suspension tuning, this thing handles like a scalpel. Double wishbone front and multi-link rear suspension with race dampers keep the Z planted through high-speed corners, delivering razor-sharp response and minimal body roll. Before we go any further, if you're loving this deep dive and want more track-focused beasts, hit that subscribe button right now. TopGear Review is your pit stop for the fastest cars and sharpest reviews. Like the video if you're enjoying it so far, and drop a comment below. What car should we break down next? Back to the Z. The GT4 may be a race car, but that doesn't mean it's behind in technology. In fact, it's a showcase of motorsport engineering. The electronic control systems onboard are designed to give race teams maximum adjustability, from engine mapping to ABS calibration and traction control settings. Data acquisition systems feed telemetry in real time, allowing drivers and teams to analyze performance corner by corner, lap by lap. There's also onboard radio communication, fire suppression systems, and digital diagnostics that can be accessed during pit stops. Everything is modular and serviceable. A reminder that this car isn't just fast, it's a tool built for endurance, consistency, and adaptability across various circuits and weather conditions. Now, we know what you're thinking. A pure race car like this probably lacks everyday practicality, right? Well, you're absolutely right, but that's not the point. The Z GT4 isn't about cup holders and cargo space. It's about utility in a different sense, track utility. And in that department, it's a masterpiece. For race teams, everything is designed for quick access and quick replacement, from brake calipers to suspension components and aerodynamic modules. It's a modular racer, built for easy maintenance, fast repairs, and seamless performance upgrades. That kind of design foresight makes it ideal not just for seasoned teams, but also for amateur and gentleman drivers entering the GT4 racing world. Let's talk positioning. The Nissan Z GT4 enters a hotly contested arena, facing off against the likes of the Toyota GR Supra GT4 Evo, BMW M4 GT4, Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Rupees Club Sport, and the Aston Martin Vantage GT4. But where the Z stands out is in its balance. It offers an excellent cost-to-performance ratio, competitive engineering, and a rich motorsport heritage that dates back to the original Fairlady Z. Nissan's entry into GT4 also marks a strategic push to revive and solidify its motorsport presence globally. And with Nismo engineering at its core, the Z GT4 isn't just about racing, it's about making a statement. That a car born from grassroots passion can go toe-to-toe with Europe's finest and still come out fighting. Plus, the GT4 program opens the door for privateer teams and drivers to experience professional-level racing with a machine that's both accessible and potent. It democratizes racing in a way that few other platforms can. So, what's the final word on the 2025 Nissan Z GT4? It's brutal. It's beautiful. It's purpose-built and unapologetically focused. It's not about daily comfort or highway cruising. It's about chasing tenths of a second, mastering apexes, and pushing every limit on a closed circuit. Nissan didn't just create a race car here, they've crafted a legacy in motion. The Z GT4 is proof that motorsport still has a soul, that performance isn't just measured in lap times, but in the feeling it gives. When you drop a gear and push it to redline. It's a track weapon with heritage, a future classic in the making. If you've enjoyed this breakdown of the Z GT4, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your fellow gearheads, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next upload. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is the Z GT4 your ultimate track machine? Or do you have another favorite in the GT4 class? Thanks for watching TopGear Review, where the road ends and the race begins.